The hidden letter under the old bridge. It was a foggy morning in the small coastal town of Larkspur. Aiden, a 16-year-old boy with restless eyes and a mind full of questions, sat alone under the old stone bridge. He had been there since dawn, clutching a faded photograph of his grandfather, a man he admired but never fully understood. The old man had passed away 2 years ago, leaving behind whispers of an untold story and a house filled with secrets. Aiden's parents, overwhelmed by life's chaos, had always discouraged him from digging into the past. But Aiden's curiosity burned brighter than any warning. He felt that if he could uncover his grandfather's story, maybe he could understand the warmth in his eyes and the hidden pain behind his smile. That morning, Aiden noticed a strange engraving on the bridge's underside. The heart's truth lies where water meets the earth. His heart raced. He knelt down, brushing away layers of moss and dirt until his fingers felt something rough, a small, rusted tin box wedged into the stone. Hands trembling, Aiden pulled it free and opened it. Inside was an old letter sealed with red wax. The paper smelled of rain and years gone by. The words on the envelope read, "To the one who dares to know." At that moment, Mr. Whitaker, an elderly gardener who tended the town's community gardens, emerged from the mist. He had always watched Aiden with gentle curiosity. Seeing the boy with the letter, Mr. Whitaker's eyes widened with both fear and relief. "Put that back, Aiden," Mr. Whitaker warned softly, his voice quivering. "Some truths hurt more than they heal." But Aiden shook his head. "I need to know." With a deep sigh, Mr. Whitaker sat beside him. He shared that he had been his grandfather's best friend. They had once worked together to protect the town from a developer who wanted to destroy the coastal wetlands. But the fight hadn't ended well. Aiden's grandfather had been betrayed by a close friend, someone nobody had ever identified. It had broken him, making him retreat into silence and stories only half told. Aiden listened, feeling both sorrow and resolve growing in his chest. He carefully broke the wax seal and unfolded the letter. As he read, his eyes filled with tears. The letter revealed that the traitor was not a friend from town, but his own brother, Aiden's great uncle. Greed had driven him to sell confidential town documents to the developer. The letter explained that despite the betrayal, his grandfather forgave his brother, choosing to carry the pain alone to protect the family name. Aiden felt the bridge beneath him blur as his tears fell. All his life, he had seen his grandfather as a mysterious, quiet man. Now he realized he had been a hero, holding a secret that would have torn their family apart. At the story's peak, Aiden felt anger boil in his veins. He wanted to expose the truth to everyone, to make the world see his grandfather's sacrifice. But Mr. Whitaker, placing a firm hand on his shoulder, whispered, "Sometimes, love is protecting the ones who hurt you most. Maturity is choosing peace over pride." The final revelation shook Aiden to his core. He decided to keep the secret safe, but to honor his grandfather by continuing his environmental work. He joined Mr. Whitaker at the community gardens and started organizing cleanups for the wetlands his grandfather had fought so hard to protect. Word spread throughout Larkspur, and many young people joined his mission, inspired by his quiet strength and determination. Aiden's days slowly transformed from restless searches to purposeful actions. He found friendships among the volunteers and an unexpected bond with Mr. Whitaker, who became a grandfather figure to him. Through kindness and sincerity, Aiden healed wounds he didn't know he carried. His love for his grandfather deepened beyond words, and he learned that sometimes the bravest thing one can do is forgive and move forward with compassion. One warm evening, as the sun painted the sky in strokes of orange and lavender, Aiden stood at the edge of the wetlands with Mr. Whitaker. They watched a flock of birds take flight, and for the first time in years, Aiden felt free. The boy who had once hidden under the bridge was now a young man who understood the power of truth and the strength of quiet love. The town soon recognized Aiden's efforts, and an annual Grandfather's Day was established to honor local elders and their contributions. On that day, Aiden would tell stories, always careful to share the lessons of kindness, resilience, and forgiveness without revealing the family secret. Months passed, and Aiden started a small workshop for local kids, teaching them about nature conservation and the importance of community. Children listened to his stories with wide eyes and eager hearts. Parents began joining the workshops, forming a network of kindness that slowly transformed the town's spirit. During a summer festival, Aiden shared a poem he wrote in memory of his grandfather. His voice trembled, but every word carried sincerity and love. By the end, the crowd stood in silence before erupting in applause, many wiping away tears. In that moment, Aiden felt his grandfather's presence, as if he stood right beside him, proud and at peace. Late at night, under the stars, Aiden often visited the bridge. He would sit quietly, listening to the soft rush of the water below. Sometimes he spoke to his grandfather aloud, sharing his doubts, triumphs, and small joys. Those moments of reflection made him stronger and more determined to live a life filled with compassion and purpose. In the end, the boy who once sat under the bridge in confusion now stood tall, eyes clear and full of light, leading a generation toward hope. Moral of the story: true love and maturity often mean choosing forgiveness over revenge, and turning painful truths into seeds of kindness and growth. If the story touched your heart, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. There's more in the vault, and every sketch tells a deeper story.